When it comes to land purchase, one thing you must consider is value over quantity. Now, I'm going to break this down into 3 categories to help you best understand what I'm talking about. Number 1 is location. Number 2 is good negotiation. And number 3 is vision for what you intend to do with the land in future. I'm going to share a short story with you, and that will help you probably understand what I'm talking about much better. So a few years ago, I was approached by a client from overseas who was interested in purchasing some lands that he had seen an agent marketing. Now, these lands were somewhere around the East Legon Hills area. And as some of you may know, East Legon Hills has become a prime location in the past years, and it's been an area that's buzzing with a lot of development. A lot of affluent people in the society are moving towards there. So he expressed his interest and put us in touch with the agent to help him negotiate and see if everything was genuine. So yes, the agent showed us a couple of lands, and 2 of them were the ones that we were most interested in. Now, these were 2 plots that were together, and the asking price was $40,000 per plot. But we wanted to meet with the owner directly to negotiate on it. And why do I say that the location is important, first of all? Because we did our survey, and I personally drove around the area to get a feel of the surroundings. These 2 plots were one of the few plots that was vacant in the area. The entire area was more or less developed, but only these 2 plots remaining. The good thing is that the land was titled. So we met with the owner, sat down and negotiated on it. The owner needed cash urgently to sort out some other things on his own. So eventually we settled on $60,000. That's $30,000 per plot. Now, this is where negotiation comes in. Having somebody who has a good understanding of the market, somebody who can determine the true value in the area, and somebody who can also forecast the future potential increment or appreciation in the land. We appointed a lawyer instantly to draft a purchase agreement, because you can't chip and chop when you're dealing with these sort of purchases. There's not one-on-one agreements. It's not something that you're doing in the corner. You have to do it properly. So we got a lawyer involved, drafted an agreement for the payment to be settled over a stipulated duration. So once we had the agreement in place, initial deposit was paid, the vendor or the owner granted us the opportunity to start the registration process. Immediately, the final payment was settled. Now, once that was done, first thing that we did was started to erect the fence wall to secure the land. We now move into the part where I talk about vision. So about 2-3 months in the process, whilst we're carrying on with the registration at the Lands Commission, I got a call from the vendor, that's the owner, who was telling us that basically he had been approached by another party who was also interested in the land at the time that we had come forward, but his funds were not ready, and they really wanted 1 plot, and they were actually willing to offer us $35,000 to purchase the land, to grant them 1 plot. And instantly, this is $5,000 extra or addition to what we paid for. So naturally, I called the client overseas and I told them that this is what the vendor is saying. Somebody wants 1 plot and they're willing to pay $5,000 more. However, he was not ready to sell. We're in the process of registration, and he felt that the land would be of more value if he developed it himself or did something with it in the future. So I went back, told the vendor about it, that look, my client doesn't want to sell. 2-3 days later, he called back again and said the person is willing to pay $40,000 for 1 plot of land. Now, this brings us back to value and vision in the future, because backtrack a bit, after we had done all our negotiations, the client called me one evening, and he said that his uncle had given him a call and was telling him about some lands after Aburi, and with the same amount of money of the $60,000, he could get well over 30 plots and more over there. And I broke it down to him and said, look, yes, I do not dispute that you can get vast amount of lands for the same amount of money, but unless you are venturing into farming or any sort of agricultural project or looking to do something within the near future, it will not be wise for you to buy X number of plots in the middle of nowhere. You have no relationships living in the area. You yourself are not in Ghana frequently, and you bought these lands sitting in the middle of nowhere. One, you can't protect the land because you're talking about 30 odd plots. You can't secure it in any sort of way or form. So sometimes it's not so much about the quantity of land as in how many lands that we get, because a lot of people are hanged up about the fact that they get their documents and they are overexcited. They have, oh, I own 50 number of plots here, blah, blah, blah. That is not the key. You have to think strategically. You have to know, if I buy 50 plots of land in the middle of nowhere and I have no relationships over there, I can't protect the land, I can't secure the land, and the land does not appreciate that much, because you buy a plot of land at East Legon, Jolu, or any of the affluent areas, even you buy a land at Amasaman for 2 years, that duration, the land will appreciate at least between 30 to 50% within 2 to 3 years. You can take some of that money and use it to actually develop the land if you choose to sell one plot. So if he had gone ahead and he had not listened to the advice that we'd given him, and he had not taken the right steps to do the transactions legally and protect his interests, he would have bought these lands, and 5 years to come, they would not have even appreciated by $10,000. Whereas when we're ahead with the original plan or the original plot that he intended to purchase at East Legon Hills, and within a period of 3 to 4 months, somebody had approached us that they wanted one plot and they were willing to pay $10,000 more. Well, in the end, my client decided not to sell the land. We fenced the property and put a gate on it, and as we speak, the land is still sitting there with the intention of developing it in the near future. So 3 things that you must consider when you're looking to purchase the land. That's the location, good negotiation, and vision for the future. If you take these 3 things into consideration when you're purchasing land, particularly in Ghana or Nigeria or anywhere on the West Coast, you are protected. Now, for anybody that's looking to buy land and looking for guidance and advice, I have put together a comprehensive ebook that is available on Amazon Kindle Direct. If you have the subscription, it's free to download. If not, you can purchase it, take a read through it, and you get a lot of information, advice, avoid some of the pitfalls and things that I personally have gone through. And if you're looking for assistance, for somebody to advise you and guide you on your land purchase, your future land purchase, you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to assist you in any way possible. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.